Hello again to another Agricolor Reacts, and today we will be watching 8 sci-fi box office bombs that were actually great from Luminism. I'm gonna jump into it and just see how many they see.
Bad timing, poor marketing, or being just too out there. Some of the greatest sci-fi films ended up flopping at the box office. A few have since gained cult status, even been called masterpieces.
Well,
others are
one,
still
yeah,
waiting for the
cult,
audience they deserve. In this video, we'll look at 8 of them.
The Blade Runner was definitely
It's hard to believe now, but Blade Runner was a box office flop. With a budget of around $28 million, it earned just $27 million. Not enough to break even. One big reason? The marketing made it look like another Star Wars. But what audiences got was something much slower and darker. A moody exploration of identity, humanity, and artificial life. Ridley Scott's neon-soaked vision confused some viewers in 1982. But over time, the film became a cult classic and one of the most influential...
And I think it haven't really aged that much either. The whole cinematic value, the way how they made all the special effects and things like that, the way how it looks, it's just... I don't know, in my opinion anyway, I think it looks... It could have, like, if someone didn't know it was made in 80s would watch it, would probably be thinking, oh, they're just giving it this kind of gritty, like a filter thing on it, but in general it was just made a few years ago or 10 years ago or something like that.
Sci-fi movies ever made. Its visual style helped define cyberpunk.
Obviously, that person thinking that it was made like 10 years ago or something like that would have to be like on the moon or under the rock and not know who Harrison Ford is, but you know.
And Vangelis's synth-heavy soundtrack left a huge mark on electronic music in the 90s.
Or Rutger Hauer.
There are 6 different cuts of Blade Runner, with fans still debating which one is the definitive version.
6?
Most agree the final
cut
is
the
3. Best. But honestly, every version has something to offer. Blade Runner might have failed at the box office, but its legacy is anything but a failure. David Lynch's Dune cost around $40 million to make, but earned just $31 million at the box office. A clear flop by Hollywood standards. And yet, it's become one of the most talked about and divisive sci-fi films ever. Some fans consider it...
I do have to say that I did try to watch Dune after reading the book, but before the new versions came out, and damn, that was hard to do. I don't know, maybe I was just not in the right state of mind. I did knew the story, so that's the thing as well. And I've seen Dune, like, when I was a child. Probably, I've seen a lot of movies as a child that I shouldn't really watch as a child. But I think it must have been more than 25 or 30 years ago. So, I was really young. So kind of like because of knowing the story and stuff, and the beginning it's really slow in my opinion for that one.
One of Lynch's boldest works, while others see it as a confusing mess. Even Lynch himself distanced himself from the film after its release. But despite its flaws, Dune is a must-watch for any sci-fi fan. The film's surreal dream sequences, haunting visuals, and strange atmosphere make it feel more like a space odyssey than a typical space opera. It may not follow the book word for word, but that's part of what makes it stand out. This dystopian satire mixes bleak bureaucracy with absurd humor. It's often compared to Dr. Strangelove for its bold mix of social commentary and surreal storytelling.
I haven't seen at all.
Gilliam created a world that's both...
I do hear about it from time to time, but I haven't watched it. I haven't seen it anywhere yet.
Strangely funny, hiding sharp critiques of modern life behind bizarre visuals and dreamlike sequences. Brazil cost around $15 million to make, but brought in only about $10 million at the box office.
As well in it.
At the time, people didn't know what to make of it. But over the years, Brazil gained a huge cult following and is now seen as a classic of surreal sci-fi.
I know that face as well.
Written by James Cameron in the mid-80s
Strange
and directed
Days.
a decade...
Again, a movie that I shouldn't probably watch at my age, but it came out in 1995 and probably was in Polish TV like 2 years later, 1997, so I was already like 15. 14. Let's discuss the ages here. I'm bringing it myself, but still. But I remember enjoying it a lot. The whole thing about I think the Strange Days, it's the one when you could kind of like record your memory, like someone records all of the like your memories, and not memories, but basically what you live in through. So like, let's say right now I'm recording, so if I be recording that from my point of view, you just literally, that's the way of saying it. You record everything that's happening from your point of view, and then you can give that to someone to watch, and basically you're like in that person's mind.
Later by Catherine Bigelow, Strange Days is a dark, intense look at the dangers of technology and human obsession. It cost around $42 million to make, but earned just $8 million at the box office. A major flop that nearly ended Bigelow's career. Set at the turn of the millennium, the film follows a black market dealer of virtual reality memories. Its gritty style, bold social commentary, and experimental point-of-view camera work helped pave the way for films like The Matrix. Though controversial and overlooked in its time, Strange Days is now praised for its strong performances, bold ideas, and hauntingly relevant themes. It was ahead of its time and paid the price for it.
It's really, I enjoyed it a lot.
This
I'm
is
still
a
remembering
science
it after all
fiction
those
horror
years.
film directed by Paul W.
Event
S.
Horizon.
Anderson. It follows a rescue mission sent to Neptune after receiving a mysterious signal from the long-lost spaceship Event Horizon. Critics didn't respond well to the film. With a budget of $60 million, it made only $24 million at the box office. Many blamed its failure on the unusual genre mix. Anderson blended science fiction with horror, which confused audiences. Horror fans got a slow-burn space story, while sci-fi fans were hit with disturbing imagery and gore. Despite its rocky start, Event Horizon found new life after theaters. Over time, it gained a loyal cult following and is now considered a standout in the sci-fi horror genre. Directed by Paul Verhoeven and based on the novel by Robert Heinlein, Starship Troopers is a military sci-fi film set in a future where Earth is at war with a race of giant insect-like aliens known as arachnids.
Now that I think about it, I don't remember watching it, but I think there was a show as well based after that, isn't it? I'm not entirely sure though. I have a weird feeling that I've seen this movie. I can't remember much of it.
The story follows Johnny Rico, a young soldier who rises through the ranks during the brutal conflict. At first, the film feels like a straightforward war epic, but by the end, it becomes clear that the heroes, the humans, are behaving like fascists. This twist didn't sit well with everyone. Upon release, the movie received mostly negative reviews. Many critics misunderstood its satirical tone. With a budget of $105 million, it earned around $121 million, barely breaking even. Over time, Starship Troopers has been reevaluated and is now praised for its bold satire and ahead of its time social commentary. Pandorum had the bad luck of being made by a studio that went bankrupt right after production. With a budget of around $33 million.
It was one of those movies when you kind of want to watch something, but you don't know what you want to watch something, and then you go into your streaming services, look for something, and that just kind of jump on you. Oh, that seems interesting. You give it a try, and it's awesome. And it's a really good movie.
There was no money left to properly promote the film, and it showed. It made only $10 million at the box office and was quickly forgotten. But over time, thanks to streaming, it's gained a slow but steady cult following. The movie stands out for its eerie atmosphere, solid world building, and strong performance from Ben Foster, who once again proves he's one of the most underrated actors out there. The psychological tension and claustrophobic setting help it rise above typical sci-fi horror. Despite strong reviews from critics, Europa Report suffered disappointing box office returns, grossing only about $125,000 on a $10 million budget. This film fits into the believable sci-fi category, set in the near future where an international crew is sent on a mission to explore Europa, a moon of Jupiter, in search of extraterrestrial life. The plot builds steadily, leading to a goosebump-inducing climax, and the film certainly deserves a much wider and more patient audience. Okay. So, Europa Report, it was mentioned in one of the
recent reaction videos that I made a reaction to. I think it was about the space hubs and stuff. So I kind of like was looking at it and I haven't really seen. I don't think I even heard about that till then. So like, I'm so low. So yes, there you go. Because there's a mess behind me. Yeah. So I think I have to give it a try and watch it. What do you think? Anyway, so I was talking about all those movies and stuff like that. So basically, I've watched most of them, maybe except Brazil and the Europa Report. Pandarum I recommend, although I would have to refresh it now again. The Dune, I might give it a try again, the original one, obviously. I did really enjoy the newer versions, and I really would hope that the third part will come out as well. So yeah, what do you think about all those movies? Do you agree with the list? So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!